Sort of October, November, December, I've been really focused on base and strength training. I think I've spoke about that in previous videos. So yeah, so I think I've got that base there, that steady base now. So really what I'm trying to do is again lift the intensity up a little bit, and that was really at the start of January, the first couple of weeks of January, and then building that into the next couple of weeks at camp. So it's just building that, going from tempo to threshold in both the bike and the run. That is the main focus, not to overdo it as well, even though I'm going to go into a rest week when I get home, but it's not to dig myself too big a hole. The track session was 10 times 600, slightly above, sort of around threshold, about 5k pace. Then we've done the long run, 2-hour long run, around about 5k's a minute, 5 minutes a k, and again a lot of steady runs, a lot of recovery runs, and the bike sessions have been a hill session and then a longer threshold type session, and then we'll do some longer bike rides at the weekend. Today I've done because of the wind, I've done 5 times a mile at higher tempo going into threshold sort of pace. Just raising that intensity a little bit more from tempo on the run, and again the same on the bike. I think I'm getting plenty of rest, plenty of recovery, doing all the right things. I think even you can do it even more so on camp, because there's not many other things to do. You know, getting plenty of sleep during the day, making sure I've got plenty of protein in when we're eating, making sure I'm fueled for the workouts, prior to the workouts. It is tougher, but again, I'm not doing much more than I was doing at home, so I don't feel like I'm overstressing myself. The track was great, I really enjoyed it. Like I say, there's nothing better than, I don't think, than sort of running on a track in Europe. I don't know why, there's just a different feel for it. It was like a little stadium, and I think we've got some footage of it. It's probably hasn't been resurfaced for about 30 years, so it felt like just like concrete. But other than that, yeah, I always like track sessions. I think track sessions are something where you know what you're getting. You know, you can put the effort in. You know, sort of you've got a rough idea where you should be. I mean, there wasn't too much wind. There was a little bit of wind on one of the corners on the back straight, but you know what you're getting. You know what times to hit. I think sometimes when you do the sessions, you know, on road or industrial estates or whatever, there's always an incline, there's always wind against. You never know quite where you are. You only can go by perceived effort really, but with a track you usually can tell whether you've hit the target or not. So yeah, I always enjoy the track, and I don't know why it always feels a bit more special when you're in Europe for some reason. I don't know why. It's the wind really. I mean, for me, I want to go out on the TT bike. That's why I brought the TT back. It was a new bike, I've never ridden it outside, so that was probably the biggest thing why I brought it. But it would be wind. If it's too windy, I would go on the road bike.